we hope got some people of our Get Fit participants tuning in for our Get Fit 2020 challenge. We'd like to thank our sponsor of this challenge yet again this year, Kaiser Permanente. They always come in and help us put on this fun 30-day challenge. I'm very excited today. My name is Allison. I work here at the Chamber, behind the scenes, the communications director. I'm here with Jordan Harder,
Hello.
a Chamber member who is going to chat with us today about our first Get Fit Week 1 goal. Week 1 challenge is setting your Get Fit goal. So that's what we're going to talk about today with Jordan. And I'll turn to Jordan. I'll turn it over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your company, Harder Performance.
Thank you, Allison. So I just moved from Seattle about 4 months ago. I am so happy to be in San Diego. It is beautiful here. What I do is I help people optimize and transform their life. Well, not just fitness. We also use mindset, skill sets, and strategies to help people live their best life, to be their strongest self, and to help others. You know, that's really the goal of the whole business, is to help others be their best selves.
I like that. That's what we want. We want to take these 30 days and really look at how can we, maybe be a better self in the next 30 days, and then keep working on that to be our best self over the.
Oh yeah, I'll give you one stat really quick.
Yeah.
We work on one thing in 9 months. That's only 1% of your life. So if in 9 months we can figure out a couple key habits to make ourselves better, and that's with the trajectory of 80 years. Hopefully we'll live longer with these goals.
Yes.
But 1 or 2 habits that will help you the rest of your life, that's only 1%. And so we can do that. So 1 month, we can really do this 1 month and make it the best we can.
I think so. When you break it down like that, it makes it much less overwhelming and this daunting goal. So since you're working, day in and day out, helping people achieve sort of those fitness and health and wellness goals, can you tell us a little about why it's important to set a goal? So we've got this 30 days. Why we don't want to just amble through this over 30 days? Why do we want to set a goal now on day 1?
So what I think is so amazing about this challenge is, like we just said, there's 300 people participating for this 1 month challenge, and the opportunity for all of us to impact and change our trajectory of life is just extraordinary. So I'm super excited to be a part of this. And this is really goal setting. It's the first week, the first day of the challenge. What do you want to get out of it? And that's the question I would ask, is we sit down, what do we want to get out of the 30 days? And so goal setting is important, because if we don't know where we want to go, we're going to end up anywhere.
That's very true.
It's like playing darts and closing your eyes and trying to throw a dart at the board. You don't know where it's going to go because you don't know where you want it to go. And so by having a goal, we know exactly where we want to go, and we're going to figure out how to get there. And something I do in my coaching practice, and this has helped countless people, is I don't even use the word goal setting in our practice. What we do is the word target. Why? It's just being in business. If you set goals, hopefully it happens. It's a dream, it's a wish, but instead I like setting targets, because it's going to be very specific. It's going to be actionable, and we're going to have a plan, a trajectory, and you kind of, just like in business, if you have a Q1 goal or Q1 target, you're going to backtrack all the way to where you are today. So wherever we are starting out today, that doesn't matter. So we're going to hit our target in 30 days from now, and we're going to figure out the habits that will take us there. And with goal setting, with target setting, any of this, what's even more important than the goal, the target itself, is the discipline and the consistency to get there.
True.
So we were talking a little bit before about just what we want to get out of this 30-day challenge. And my question to you is, in the past, if you set a goal, a fitness goal, why haven't you fallen through with it? Is it because you didn't want to do it, or did something come up with it?
I think sometimes maybe it's not a big enough priority. Maybe it was I didn't have a honed in enough target and something that was really achievable. It was sort of that lofty, I want to get fitter, or but when I think if I had something that was more specific, maybe that would have been something that would have just driven me, because I would have had that one specific thing, that maybe was in 30 days I want to do this, and that would have felt more achievable than just in my lifetime I want to get fitter, or just work out more isn't really a goal or a target. It's just sort of something you're saying.
It's a statement. So, and that's one of the things that I love talking about, right, is because we can get very specific, and we can get a target niche down, and then we backtrack. For this 30 days, right, we're going to figure out the habits that will get us there. And here's an example for you. So January, I decided my weakest spot in my health, and I've realized it for a while now, is my nutrition. I just let loose, and I use the excuse I work out so I can let loose with my nutrition, and that's not the case at all. If I'm going to live my healthiest life, I need to dial it in a little bit. So I set that goal December 31st, January 1st, 8:30 at night. I'm sitting there, and there's Ghirardelli wrappers, there's Lindor truffle wrappers, everything around me. And
you were getting rid of it before you really started.
That's what I was telling myself.
Yeah.
But it's what really will help us hit these goals is the discipline and the habits. And so figuring out the daily discipline, and it's the foundation of any successful fitness program, is the discipline to make it happen, right? If your goal is to lose weight in 30 days, what is the daily thing we can do for these next 30 days? It might be walk 10,000 steps, making sure you get 10. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's not, maybe not easy, but it's simple. Eating more veggies in your day. Maybe your goal is to feel better. Setting a timer, just telling Alexa app, hey, 10-minute timer, and you go and work on mobility and soft tissue work with foam rolling and stuff. That could be the difference, because 30 days, that's 300 minutes. You go 30 days with 10 minutes of work. So that's 300 minutes. It's 5 hours of actionable, bringing you closer to your target. And so it's those small little daily disciplines that bring you closer.
Yeah, and I feel like when you have that goal or that target, it helps you inform the decisions that you're making. So it's almost like you don't, what I'm making this decision, but why? Because I know that it's responding to my target. It just helps you make those decisions that almost you don't have to think about them as much. You're like, oh, well, I do this because this is my target.
Exactly, and that's one thing I do myself that's helped me a ton is I have a little habit tracker.
Oh.
I do a little habit tracker, and this is what I love about
It's
that.
like gold stars when you were
Gold
in
stars,
preschool.
yeah, and you fill it out, and you know
Nice.
exactly how close you are. But that's why I love the app. The whole foundation of what we're doing is you go log in each and every night to bring you closer to your one goal. And so what I tell someone is to set a couple targets and put that on, maybe the fridge, put it on the mirror. I love sticky notes.
Yeah, I'm a big sticky note person too.
So I like them because it's bright, and I see it and say, hey, I need to walk 10,000 steps today. Boom, easy, done. And you just touch it and you remember it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think, and especially for target setting or goal setting, writing it down. I've listened to podcasts and all of that stuff. They really say that the physical activity of writing it down and committing yourself to it. There's something behind that, rather just saying it to yourself in your head. But like writing it down, putting it somewhere that you see it is really powerful.
Even I love journaling. That's one of the reasons why I can get my ideas on paper. But even writing that intention for each day. Hey, I'm not gonna eat the Lindor truffles. I'm not gonna eat the Lindor truffles, right?
Right.
When we deviate from our goals, that's not our highest self, right? It's the little bully on middle, or the playground bully from when you were a kid on your shoulder. And the highest self is the one that set the goal to be the healthier version of yourself. We let this little bully talk to ourselves and and then you give in. But it's one of those things that I love writing it down, because you got to respect your ideas. You wrote this down for your best self, and so I'm going to respect myself and respect the idea I gave myself.
I like that. I like that a lot. What do you think? So we've got 30 days in this challenge, which obviously is probably just the beginning, or a great time period to sort of get started. What are some achievable goals if someone wants to? Not necessarily just lose weight, but maybe it's something more wellness-minded, like start a meditation practice, or what are some of those goals and things that you think are like achievable in that 30 days so you can feel success?
I love that. I think, yes, losing weight is a great feeling, but really only in 30 days you can only lose about 4 to 6, 7 pounds of sustainable weight loss. We don't want you to someone to dip and just be dehydrated and then get attached to a number as much.
No.
So different metrics I use with my clients, because at the end of the day, working with a client in 30 days, their weight might not change. They might have actually lost a ton of fat,
really good point.
but gained a little bit of muscle, and their body shape is different. So I love whether it's mirror photos for yourself to be like, hey, I look good today.
Right.
How clothes are fitting, like you said, other meditation practices, that's huge. And it goes back to the habit tracker, right?
Yes.
So,
or like incorporating foam rolling, like you were saying.
Yeah.
There are all these sort of other wellness things.
I go back to habits over and over again, because habits, your actions dictate your habits, and your habits dictate your results. Just like in business, right? If you want to have a successful business, you have to have successful habits to make the business succeed. Talking to people, joining the Chamber of Commerce, going to chamber events.
I love that one.
Yeah, throw that in right there.
That's good. That's good. So if you had one piece of advice, maybe it's not just for goal setting, but throughout this 30-day challenge that people are engaging in? What would be your one big takeaway for everyone that's participating?
That's a great question.
It's a big question.
It's a big question, and there's so many different ways, but I'm just going to go back to the point of things happen, slip-ups, right? On December 31st, I thought my highest self would be able to be strong for 30 days without sugar, and day one, I failed. But guess what? January 2nd came, and I was able to shake it off. And it just really goes to, that you're going to have that shoulder, like the little devil on your shoulder, little bully on your shoulder, whatever you want to call it, just realizing it's going to happen. I still get tempted walking downtown here. I see all the cool little, pastry marks and all this, but it's okay. I got this. And just reminding yourself you got this. One thing I use with all my athletes, with all my clients is, hey, everyone has a belly button, right?
Yes.
If you don't have a belly button, you're not human. And so it's just it's a little reminder, just touch your belly button and go, hey, I'm human. I make mistakes. I slipped up, but guess what? On to the next one. Same way if an athlete, if a pitcher, or they make a mistake, hey, it's just a quick little tool to go, I'm all right.
Kind of bring you back, center you.
To bring you back, what's next? What can I attack next?
I think that's important too. I've heard a lot of people talk about when you're on this maybe a new journey or something. Don't get hung up on the one time that you slip up or fail. That's one time. Don't live in that moment, but move on from that and say, okay, well, my next meal I'm gonna make better choices, or tomorrow I'm gonna commit to walking for 30 minutes, or it's not the end of the road.
Yeah, we love going for the big home run swing. Hey, in 30 days I lost 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, that's not sustainable. We can go all that, but I actually want to do the opposite with a lot of people I work with. I want to, instead of going for the home run swing, because Barry Bonds, baseball, right? He has the home run record. What he also had was the strikeout record. And we're going back to that, like the little devil on your shoulder when we mess up. We don't want to mess up all the time. That stops confidence. So what's the simplest thing we can do for these 30 days, these 90 days, even 9-month period that we can see sustainable results over and over again?
I like that. All right, I think that's, do you have anything else you want to add that we haven't touched on about goal setting or this 30-day challenge in general?
Oh, that's I think that's really, that's it. If you have any questions with it, you feel free to reach out. I have a page on Facebook, Harder Performance. Add it. I'm actually doing a free little group for everyone that's part of my bed group. But if there's other people in the chamber that want to join, find Harder Performance, send me a direct message. I'll put you in our little group. I'm giving strategies, tactics, little tools, especially communication, for people to help make it this 30 days easier, and having support, because like we talked about, I messed up. Someone's going to mess up.
Yeah,
and it's just
we're all
having
gonna
that support group around.
Because we're human.
Yeah.
As we
I also put a ton of great content out on my Facebook page, on my Instagram page, Harder.Performance on Instagram, Harder Performance on Facebook.
Cool. We'll be sure to share those on the chamber accounts as well, so people can find you
Wonderful.
now that they've seen who you are in real life here, or in Facebook Live. And just a reminder for everyone, when you do your goal setting, be sure to log that in the Get Fit app so you can get points for that. Share your goals, either your team goals or individual goals, on social media. We want to see those. We'll pick some of our favorites and share them in our email next week. And if you haven't signed up and you're just watching this for the Get Fit Challenge, you can still sign up this week. Get a team together, 5 to 10 people. Do it. Or sign up as an individual. It's open to everyone. You don't have to be a chamber member. We want everyone to get in on this fun with us. So thank you so much, Jordan. This was really fun.
Awesome. This is wonderful.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.